What is going on, guys? So this is going to be my top 5 paintball guns under $300. Picking those top 5 guns that are under $300 can be kind of difficult. I mean, you have a lot of options. I mean, there's tons of Tippmanns and Spyders, and there's Proto guns and Empire guns, and there's a lot of options. I kind of wanted to mix it up. We're not going to have just one type of paintball gun. We're going to cover the gamut on different types. First, the Tippmann A5. The A5 has been one of the most popular paintball guns in the history of time. Tippmann's known for just being super reliable, they're durable, pretty easy to fix, parts are everywhere for them. And the A5 fits all those things, right? It's awesome. It's a very good sub $300 paintball gun. At the time of this video, at least, they're selling for $199.95, so it even fits in under that $300 price. One of the big advantages of the Tippmann A5 over say the Tippmann 98 is that cyclone hopper. So the Tippmann A5s come standard with the cyclone hopper. So that cyclone hopper is attached physically to the side of the gun. And every time you shoot, those impellers will spin, rotate around, force a paintball in there, and then guarantee you won't have any skip shots, jams, you won't break paint as much. And what's nice about that cyclone too is it works off air. So you don't have to worry about batteries or maintenance as much. You kind of just use it and play paintball. The A5, unlike a lot of the other Tippmanns, has these push pins. So you can easily push pins out the side of the gun to remove the frame or remove internals really quickly. So if you have to clean or disassemble, change an O-ring or something like that, it just makes it a lot easier to be able to push those pins out rather than breaking out an Allen wrench and then screwing a screw all the way out. It's just handy, and I like that. One of the overlooked things about the Tippmann A5 that a lot of people kind of don't think about is that you can remove the valve and replace O-rings inside the valve. The other Tippmanns, like the Tippmann 98, the Tippmann Cronoses, or the US Army guns, that valve inside can be removed, but you can't actually get inside the valve to change the O-rings. So being able to remove the valve and then change the O-rings on the inside of the 98 makes it a lot cheaper in the long run, because you can just pay $2 for O-rings rather than $30 for a complete valve like you would have to with the 98, the Kronos, or those US Army guns. Next up, the Tippmann TMC. So just like that A5, the Tippmann TMC is going to be super reliable, durable, built well. They're just all around great guns. So like the A5, it is super easy to fix, parts are everywhere, but it is going to have that non-rebuildable valve. What makes the TMC unique among other paintball guns is it's mag-fed, right? So instead of having to have a hopper on top of the gun, you can just use those 20-round magazines the TMC comes with. But if you ever want to, you can put a hopper on it. That's kind of one of the neat things, right? You can choose to use magazines, or you can put that hopper elbow on there and just use a normal hopper. So it's versatile. It could be magazine fed or hopper fed, but you can only use one of those at a time. So you can't have magazines and hoppers all working in unison. The TMC is going to come with that quad rail, so you can put flashlights or lasers. You can attach all kinds of crazy stuff to the front of it or the barrel. Collapsible stock, so you can kind of adjust the stock to a position that you like. You could have it be a little longer or shorter or somewhere in between. It doesn't have an external hose, so that no hose thing, I don't know, just makes it a little bit cleaner and just looks better. I like the no hose, but what I really like about the TMC are the grips. The grip frame is just really comfortable. They're these rubberized grips, and it just fits your hand really well, so it feels really good when you're holding it. The TMC at this point, $199.95, and you can buy 2-pack magazines for only $25. The Azodin KP3/3.5. Let's clarify something first. The KP 3.5 really is the same gun as the KP3. The 3.5s are just a newer version that come with 2 barrel backs instead of 1. Those 2 backs just allow you to match your paintballs better to your barrel to improve accuracy. The KP3 is a pump gun. So every time you want to shoot the KP3, you have to physically pump it. So think of a shotgun, how you kind of have to chamber that round every time. The KP3 or pump guns are the same way. So you have to physically recock, that ball falls down, you push the pump forward, bam, and you can shoot. The KP3s are great. I mean, they're super reliable, they're really easy to fix, that pump stroke's super smooth. They come with a really good 2-piece barrel, or if you get the 3.5 version, you're gonna get 2 barrel backs. The on-off ASA, so you can quickly turn your tank off. It just makes, taking your tank off way easier. Lever feed neck with that thumb wheel on the side. That lever feed neck just helps keep your hopper in place a little bit better, makes it taking it off really easy, and that thumb wheel is good for just micro adjustments. One of the things that people really like about the KP3 is just how smooth the pump stroke is. So on the KP3s, they use stainless steel rods everywhere. So that stainless steel just kind of makes it smoother all around. And they also use those dual pump arms that are going to reduce rotation of the pump handle. On the previous version of the KP3, the KP2, it just kind of had one rod. So every once in a while you could twist the thing and it just didn't pump as smooth. So those dual rods are for sure nice. The KP3s are awesome. They're a great gun for somebody that's not playing pump that often. Maybe you're not 100% sure if you're all in on pump. And you can get the KP3 for just 250 bucks and then play pump every once in a while, give it a try, and if you don't like it, just sell it. Next up, the Proto Rise. So the Proto Rise is going to be the least expensive good tournament level paintball gun. Yeah, there's other tournament guns that are a little bit cheaper, but they're pretty terrible. So I really like the Proto Rise. Proto Rises at this point are $250 too. The Proto Rise is going to be more typical classic tournament paintball gun style, where you have normal hopper on top, normal tank, and it's just kind of a regular paintball gun. What really makes the Proto Rise great though is that bolt system. So they operate at about 180 PSI, so they're very low pressure, which means it's going to kick very little. They're really quiet. They can shoot that higher end fragile tournament paint, and they're electronic. So it's going to have all the firing modes that you need. So it'll have like full auto and all the ramping modes, as well as semi, and that really lightweight trigger can allow you to shoot super fast. It doesn't have that lever feed neck like that KP3 though, but it does have an adjustable feed neck. You just have to use an Allen wrench to adjust it to the right size to your hopper so that it keeps that hopper on there. It doesn't have an on-off ASA, so taking the tank off can be a little bit more difficult. You just want to make sure that you're shooting and unscrewing the tank at the same time. I actually talked about that in a video. We'll put a link right up there. Stock barrel's pretty good. I mean, out of all the guns in this like $200, $300 price category, I would say that the Proto Rise has the best stock barrel. There's definitely better barrels, but there's no reason to go right out and buy a barrel. I'd stick with the stock barrel for quite a while. So while the Rise shoots great, sounds good, it's fairly reliable, maintenance is pretty easy, there are a couple spots that you could upgrade. Maybe look at different lever feed necks or on-off ASAs in the future if you ever want to upgrade and kind of make, you know, your Rise a little bit more user-friendly. We saved the best for last, the Empire Mini GS. The Mini GS is awesome. It's, I think, for sure the best out of all these guns. The Mini GSs are built really well, they're super reliable and very easy to fix. And like the Proto Rise, it's low pressure and electronic. So it's gonna do that same thing, right? Like not kick a lot, quiet, easy on paint, and have all those firing modes you need. Where it stands out to me at least, say over the Proto Rise, is overall build quality. So the Rise is gonna have a nylon or composite trigger frame, and the Mini GS is just solid aluminum. So it just kind of feels better in your hands, and I do think that build quality also contributes to increased reliability. The Mini GS compared to the Rise or other guns in that price range are definitely gonna be more reliable, but they're still not gonna be as reliable as those Tippmanns. So if you want like ultra reliability, where you can just put a gun in a closet and then 5 years later, come back and use it, the Mini GS is not gonna be that. But if you want a entry-level-ish tournament style gun under $400, go with the GS. Some of the features that separate the Mini GS from the Proto Rise is that lever feed neck. So taking that hopper on and off, super easy. Does come with that on-off ASA, so turning the air off, taking your tank off, like the KP3, is super easy. Very good feeling trigger. It's a magnetic trigger, so you can like micro tune or adjust the trigger exactly how you want it. It comes with that rubber grip over the foregrip. The rubber just kind of makes the guns feel better. That's been a trend we've seen the last like 4 or 5 years. Adding more rubber to guns kind of just makes them feel better, maybe a little bit more premium. If you get sweaty or like paint all over your hands, maybe that rubber will help add a little bit of grip and keep that marker secure in your hand when you're battling bad guys. That's my top 5 paintball guns under $300. The Tippmann A5, the Tippmann TMC, the Azodin KP3 3.5, the Proto Rise, and the Empire Mini GS. If you guys have questions about those things, leave a comment below, or maybe I missed something. Maybe there's something else that's sub $300 that you think is better than those 5 guns. I'm curious about that too. Let me know. Check out another one of these videos. It's like best under a price range. Let's put best paintball products under $20 right there. Do subscribe by hitting that circle button, or check out the Paintball Ruin My Life store by hitting the square box.